Hey, peace. Welcome to my video. Welcome back to the channel. If you have been here before, I am Lonnie G. I'm a spiritual life coach that works with Black women to help you learn to love yourself, to live fully and out loud. What I love to do is to help you to transform your life for the better. That's really what loving yourself helps you to do. It helps you to transform your life for the better in every facet of your life, okay? And so in today's video, we are going to talk about how to narrate the vision for your life. If you are here and you have not watched part 1 of this 3-part series, I encourage you to go back, watch part 1 that talks about the transformation, because part 1 is the scaffolding that leads up to part 2. So part 2 builds on part 1. So if you haven't watched part 1, sis, go ahead back. It's a quick under 20-minute video that gives you the insight to what this video is going to be talking about. Okay, so if you are here and you have watched part 1, welcome back. I'm very excited to talk to you about narrating the vision for your life. So as you remember from part 1, what we talked about was transforming your life, and how you did that was really understanding where you are, accepting where you are, deciding what needed to change, and then making a commitment. So now that we've made a commitment, we're ready to pivot, we're ready to move forward in our lives in a new way. And so as we are moving forward in this new life, or maybe this new lifestyle, maybe you don't know exactly how you want things to unfold for yourself. But this is where we get into narrating the vision for our lives. This is where we get into the nitty-gritty, the details of what we want our life to look like, to feel like, to smell like, to all the things, okay? We're activating the senses in this part of the work of elevating your life. Now, I really want to focus really quickly on why I titled this Narrate the Vision. So when you think about a narrator, if you're watching a movie, that's the person whose voice you hear throughout the entire film, right? This is the person who's giving you the background, giving you the context, giving you the full picture that maybe you can't take in from just watching the film. So the film right now is your life. And most of the time, when we get to this point of wanting to transform our lives, there has been someone else narrating this film for us. Whether it was our family, whether it was society, your upbringing, friends, people all around you who formed your beliefs about yourself, help you to identify with, this ego that we've created about who we are and who we're supposed to be. And so when we're at this point of narrating the vision for our lives, we're starting to peel back those layers and understanding what is ours and what isn't ours. And so when we're getting into narrating this new vision for ourselves, I really want you to hone in on your voice, which is exactly why you did the work in part 1 of identifying what you were unhappy with, what you no longer resonated with, what you no longer wanted to do. And now you're moving into part 2 of, okay, this is what I want. So we're getting into the details of that. And so as you all know, if you don't know already, I love to tell stories. That is how I really illustrate for you what it is that this work can look like. So most of this work, if not all of it, if it wasn't based on my research, it's based on my personal experience with these things. And so one of the first ways that I learned how to narrate the vision for my life was manifesting the life that I have now. And so I know you're like, manifest. It's been a buzzword since 2020, I know. But what I'm talking about with manifestation, there is a key component in that I included that is called prayer. Okay, speaking out what it is that you want. Manifestation and prayer tie closely in together. Now, again, I want to reiterate for you that I am not a Christian. I don't really associate with Christianity, nor do I shun people that live that lifestyle. But again, I was raised in church, and one of the things that I took away from my church upbringing was praying and the power of prayer, the power of your words. There is power in that tongue, child. Okay, so use it for good for your life. And so prayer, this component of prayer is really talking about speaking out what you want, also, and giving thanks to the higher power for what it is that you have. So this energy of surrender, of giving over your power, right, to something else, and saying thank you for your help, asking for what you want, and giving thanks for what you have. And also with manifestation, that is the action part of things. That is you aligning yourself with what it is that you want. And so my story with this was when I think I shared in the first video, or if you've been a part of my journey, you've watched any of my social media videos or anything like that, I talk a lot about where my spiritual awakening began when I graduated with my master's was broke as hell, ended up living at home with my family, having no money, no job prospects, no idea what it is that I was going to do with my life. And it was from there that I was able to start from scratch, that I was able to decide, okay, this is not what I want for my life. And so if this is not what I want, what do I want? And so I was living at home with my family, and I was finally at a point where I was like, okay, I really am ready to move. What do I want my home to look like? What do I want my home to feel like? What are the things that I want to experience when I do make this move out on my own again? And so when I was living with them, I told you all, journaling was one of the main things that I did. I wrote down that I wanted a lot of natural light in my home. I wrote that I wanted wood floors. I wrote that I wanted space to move around, like it to be free flowing energy. I wanted a lot of space. I wanted a dishwasher. I wanted a dishwasher. I wanted a balcony. I wanted space. I wrote down the different things that I wanted, and it's, some non-negotiables for myself. And then I also wrote down how I wanted to feel. And so when I got into how I wanted to feel at peace. I wanted to feel at ease. I wanted to feel in flow with my home. I wanted to feel like, I'm enjoying the space that I live in. And when it got to the feeling, what it is that I did was, when my family would leave the home, when I would be there by myself, I would play my music and I would dance around, and I would envision that this was my home. And this is what it felt like when I was in my home, and how much space I had, and all of the different things that I wanted my home to look like. Now, so for me at that time, my focus was on getting my own home, my own space, my own apartment, whatever. And so for you, it could be something completely different. So the details of your vision may look different than mine, right? So let's say you want a new job. Writing down what you want to be paid, okay, what you want your work relationships to look like, how you want to feel in the workspace, what opportunities you want to have. Say you want to have promotion opportunities within the years, you want it to be raises all the time. And what are the details of what it is that you are calling into your life? Because a lot of the time we show up and we're like, well, I want something different. But something different could be worse. Something different could not be what you really want. And so I think a lot of the time, when we're frustrated with our lives, we don't take a step forward to doing something else because we haven't gotten clear on what we actually want. And it takes work. This is what I want to reiterate to you, wherever you are on this process of changing your life, of healing, of doing things to just better your life. It takes work. You are going to put in some work. You would work for anything else. You're going to have to work for this too. So I want you to identify what it is that you want for your life. Detailed. Okay. Now, also leave room for miracles. Leave room for the magic of God, of the universe, of spirit, whatever you want to call it. Leave room for that. But you have to be specific about what you want. If somebody said, hey, what do you want for your birthday? And you just say, I just want something new. They could buy you a new anything, a new pen. Are you going to be happy with that? No, because it's not what you want. Pick out what you want, and I promise you're going to get it. It may be a matter of time. It may take some pivoting on your end, some work on your end. It will. But you are going to get what you want if it is meant for you to have. Okay? And I strongly believe that if you have a desire on your heart for a way you want to live your life, what you want to have in your life, it is going to come to you. And I promise you don't settle, okay? Do not settle. You can have what you want. I have another quick story. I just got a car, right? And when I was originally planning to buy a car, I was so stressed because I was like, I don't know how to do this. I've never bought a car. I've never gone to a dealership. I've never done none of this. So I stayed away from it for some years. Now, for some years, I also didn't have enough money to buy a car. But once I got the money, I saved up and everything. I still was like in this energy of fear. And I was like, well, let me just go get a cash car and get something that's like, not really what I want, but like it could just be for right now. And when I tell you the way things turned around for me to get exactly what I wanted, because I did not settle, and I got a good deal too. Okay, you can have what you want. You can have what you want. Trust and believe. Now, I was praying for this car for years. Came later than I wanted it to, but it came exactly when I needed it. When I'm able to manage such an expense, when I'm able to manage such a responsibility. So you can ask for things, and you can pray for things, and you can align with things, but you have to also surrender to divine time. So there's going to be some magic, like I said here. There's going to be some finesse and some patience that's required on your end as well. To close out today's video, I want to give you some tips for success in this portion of the elevation of your life. And so the first thing, like I said, we're honing in on narrating your vision. So get clear on your voice. So I want you to start journaling. We're back at the journal. So if you don't have a journal yet, buy one, sis. I want you to journal about what it is that you want. Why do you want it? What about it is calling to you? What do you feel like is missing from your life and that this will bring to your life? Like, get to the root of it, sis, okay? And then I want you to create some affirmations around that thing. I have a brand new car. I love my brand new car. My car's name is yada yada yada. I have this new job. I love my new home. I love walking around my home. I love being able to pay my rent every month. I love being able to pay my car note every month. I love showing up to work. Whatever affirmations that support this, create that, because those affirmations are doing the work in your mind subconsciously to support what it is that you're calling in. So a lot of the time, the narration, like I said, that we've had before was everything that's the antithesis of what it is that we want. I can't have that. I'm not allowed to have that. You may not actively be saying these words, but these are your beliefs, whether or not you speak them out. They're what you believe. That is what is guiding your decisions. You haven't gone after that thing because you feel like you don't deserve it. You feel like you can't have it. So start to affirm what you can have. Start to affirm what it is that you do want for yourself. Then you can create, this is the bonus, you can create a vision board. Look at it. Girl, I haven't even looked at my vision board this year, but I know I put a car on there. And I got a car, and I wrote it down where I can see it. Right here behind this camera, I have a list of my personal goals for the year. One of them was to own a car. This is the first time I wrote it down for the yearly goal. I would journal about it, but I was just like, no, this year I wrote it down. I said, these are the things that are happening this year. Don't know how they're going to happen, but they're happening this year. Write it down, put it up. Lastly, I want you to tell somebody. Tell a safe person, somebody you can trust, somebody who supports you, somebody who loves you, but tell someone. That way they can hold you accountable for what it is that you are trying to align with in your life. They can ask you about hey, last month you told me, or, a few months ago you told me, what's going on with that? Get somebody to check in on you, okay? Somebody to support that dream with you. In tandem with that, get into the feeling of it. Like I said, what it is that I did when I was manifesting my new home, I started to act like I would act in my new home. Act like you would act at work. Act like you would act with that partner. Act like you would act with whatever it is that you want. Act like it. It's already yours. It's already yours. It's already yours. It's already yours. Say it until you believe it. Lastly, the work is to pray and manifest. Okay, so prayer, surrender, giving thanks. Thank you. This is what I want. Thank you for this thing. Thank you for what I already have. Thank you for helping me to surrender to the process. Thank you for helping me to trust my flow. Thank you for helping me to align with my destiny. Thank you for helping me to take the steps I need to take. Thank you for showing me the steps that I need to take. Thank you. All right? And manifest is the work. Align yourself with that thing. If you want a new job, what you got to do? Tell somebody you're looking for a new job. Go into the job market. Network. I'm yelling. But do the work. You have to do the work. This requires work. This is what I mean. You have to choose your work. Choose your hard. I love that statement. I don't know who said it originally, but it really broke things down for me in a way that really made it like, oh, okay, it's this or that. You can have the heart of waking up every day living a life that you hate, or you can have the heart of working for the life that you want. Which one? I think I got the, yeah. Okay. So that's today's video. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you for being here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment below letting me know what most resonated with you. Like the video. It helps it to, what they say about the YouTube algorithm thingies. You know what I'm saying? Support the channel. Help you, girl, spread this message out to people who need to hear it. Like you. Okay? Share this video with the sis as well. And be back next week for the last part of this series, called Embrace the Elevation, where we're going to talk about what you do when you get the thing that you want, because trust me, it's more difficult than you realize. All right, so let's talk about it. I'll see you all next week. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.